I wanted to quickly show you another way to create height maps that may be a lot faster for you depending on your needs. One way that we use to create height maps is just by soft selecting, or selecting and then feathering our selection in Photoshop. And that process can give you some really nice gradual transitions and very soft looking terrain. So as you can see here, I have a selection, and that's just basically what I've done to achieve this height map. And I will show you how that looks when it's applied. It gives you sort of a real rough, beachy texture. It's kind of sandy looking and limestone kind of effect, and gradual transition depending on the gradation that you use or what you're using it for. But you can see that that's another just a real quick way of achieving a height map. So I opened a new document, 2048 by 2048, or you can go larger if you are creating a portfolio piece. And then I went ahead and found my medium gray, which is 128, 128, 128 in the RGB locations. Okay. And then I just dropped that right in as my medium gray tone. My alright, now what I'm going to do is go ahead and select, and right up here where it says feather, you can plug in a feather tone. Now for this scale of map I was using 30, but then I was trying to get some pretty radical deformation in my map in a small area. If you are simply creating dunes or sort of a desert landscape, you may choose to use something feather such as 50. Then I'm just going in here and selecting areas, and then I want that to be higher than my water level, if you will. And so I'll just fill that, and you can see that that gives me a nice feathered edge. Not quite as feathered as I would prefer, so I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to 40 for my next selection. And then I can just visualize my topographical map being created, or you can go ahead and put your topographical map in here as your base layer and work on a layer above that with the transparency slightly back so that you can see your map through it. So I'm going to then fill again. Oops, not quite a difference there. So you can see just the difference. I'm building up elevations gradually with just changing my color to slightly lighter shade. Alright, and then I'm going to go and create a 70 and see what that does for me. Grab an area that I really want to pop. Whoops. I'm going to have to go really light. There. Alright, and in order to get that nice gradual gradation, oops, I just followed my beach line around. Okay, and then I want to fill that with the gradient, which of course matches first my beach, and then I'll choose this color as a depth color. We'll go really dramatic so we can see the effect of that. And now I'm going to just drop in my, oops, wrong way, my elevation. Go a little bit more. It's quite a change. Alright, that should show us what we're looking for. I'll save that. Before I save that, I need to change that to RGB color. So as I did, image mode RGB rather than grayscale. And now I'm going to save that. Let's test. Beach. Oops. Alright. 24-bit. Don't need 32-bit because we don't have an alpha map on there. And now when I go in and apply that, I'll grab the plane and change this one. I'm looking for test beach. And you can see what we've just created. Oh, might be a little confusing looking since we haven't applied the height map, original height map, to the terrain. So we'll just go ahead and change that to flat shaded. So there you can see, nice gradual tone. And that's just another quick way of developing your height map. I hope that helps.